back, everybody, to another episode of Varsity Views Inside the Huddle edition, brought to you by Keon Sports. I'm Jax Gregory.
And I'm Darian Jackson.
And we're back for Season 2. Now, we didn't get to do Week 1, but we're here in Week 2. And hope you guys are ready for this season. I'm ready.
I'm ready too, man. We got a lot of interesting games. You guys know exactly how it goes. We go top 5 games of the week, from 5 to 1, going from the worst to the best. Never really a worst, but hey, you know what it is. We got games, bro. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Who we got up first?
We're going to dive in at game number 5, Alliance versus Niles McKinley. Now, this game started off quick. The Aviators went down and scored right away due to Brendan Zerbrug that had a 26-yard passing touchdown to Kayvon Davis. Right away, they were up 6-0. Niles McKinley would respond with a touchdown run from Antoine Gardner, and they made it 7-6.
Talk about a back-and-forth punch, like that.
This is what we like to see, old-fashioned shootouts, you know.
Of course.
The Aviators would respond, though, and score on a 4-yard touchdown run from Ravon Hawkins. They made it 13-7. And the Aviators, they would once again get a stop and a score from another Zerbrug 16-yard passing touchdown to Hawkins. This made it 27 Aviators. So,
wow.
I mean, they came out firing. They were ready to go. That offense looked great.
Talk about a punch in the mouth in the first half. Dang, this how you got to start your season off, man. You only we in week 2. You got to start winning games early in football.
In the second quarter, Anthony Budak had a 6-yard touchdown run to make it 20-14. So, McKinley's they're trying to stay in this one. I mean, they're doing all they can to try to stop this Aviator offense, but they just can't because the Aviators would respond on a 56-yard touchdown from Zerbrug to J.R. Jackson, and they went up 27-14 at half. In quarter 3, Niles McKinley would respond, though, as Budak would throw another touchdown, this one a 57-yarder to Antoine Gardner. So they're cutting it down, 27-21, 6-point game. We got a close one on our hands.
Hey, that man he got a cannon.
You got that right. And then Alliance would respond, though, as Ravon Hawkins would score his 3rd touchdown of the night and make it 33-21 in favor over Niles McKinley. Zerbrug, again for Alliance, would get the ball back after Niles McKinley couldn't do anything with it, and Zerbrug would throw a touchdown pass to Kayvon Davis once again and expanded the league 39-21. So Niles McKinley's not looking great right now.
Nah, at this point of the game, you just got to play as hard as you possibly can because, we're in the fourth quarter now?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta get some stops or at least go out as hard as you started coming in.
But there was some hope. Niles McKinley quarterback Budak would find Nathan Coots for a touchdown, make it 39-28. All in all, though, Alliance was just too tough to stop. Excuse me there. Alliance would score and make it 45-28, and that would end up being the final score of this one. And the player of the game in this one was Brendan Zerbrug, who was an OU commit. He had 5 touchdowns for Alliance, so they get a big win over Niles McKinley.
You guys can go to keonsports.com, look up the author, Tony Bogan. If you guys want to read it for yourself. He wrote a great, amazing article today, and you guys have not heard the last of him. Just be known for that. Coming in at game number 4, we do have Nordonia versus Berea Mid-Park. Now, this game right here, this was really nice. I'm not going to lie. They start off the game immediately with a 25-yard running touchdown from Adriel Mendez. Came out hot. That's literally how they started in the first quarter, 6-0. But Berea Mid-Park would come back for an answer with a touchdown of their own, and they were able to get the 2-point conversion. So they end up going up 8-6 already immediately. But that didn't stop Nordonia at all because as they were throwing haymaker for haymaker, Rocco DiLorenzo would give his team the lead with a 9-yard touchdown going up 13-8. And right after that, Nordonia would get a stop, and then they will also convert as Mike Ebert with a 51-yard touchdown. And they end up going up 20-8.
Hey, I saw a bunch of Nordonia games last year. They have a very good team out there.
Plus, that's close to your area, too, man. Of course, you would love to see them win.
No.
Just a little bit.
I don't want to see them win because I went to Twinsburg, their rival, so.
So you want to see them lose. Hey, man, that's how the first half ended, 20-8 as Nordonia was up. But coming into the second half, both teams were able to score as Nordonia was able to get a touchdown and a field goal, which adds 10 points to their score, going along as Berea Mid-Park had 2 touchdowns. two, not one, but they got two of them things to go going into the fourth quarter. The score would be 30-21. However, neither team would be able to score in the fourth, and the final score would be 30-21. As the player of the game was, as you guys should know already, was DiLorenzo, because the whole time in this game, man was eating. I'm sorry, he the reason why they got the dub. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, junior running back, he looked solid last year when he played, but he pretty solid seems like this year.
Oh, gotta be. You coming off your sophomore season, going into your junior season, you just got that much more experience, and he's gonna end up being the go-to guy between this season and his senior year. If you guys want to read more about this, go to KeonSports.com. Look up the author, Michael Trevisano.
And with that, we'll head into game number 3, Strongsville versus Solon. Now, first quarter, this was a defensive battle. We had no score, nothing going on, just defenses battling. Second quarter, it got a little more entertaining, though, as Braden Springer had a 54-yard pick six for Solon, and they would take the lead 6-0. Strongsville would try to respond, though, as Nolan Beard would end up throwing a 26-yard touchdown pass to Jeremy Knopf, made it 6-6. That's how the first half would end. We got a tied ball game going into the second half, so these teams battling back and forth, very evenly matched. We got a good game on our hands.
Hey, it didn't make the top 3 spot for nothing.
You got that right. And in the third quarter, Nolan Beard, Strongsville's quarterback, would then respond with a 9-yard touchdown run to give Strongsville the lead 12-6. No extra points, no 2-point conversions are being converted, so we just got old 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, 12-6 ball game. Now, that would lead into the fourth quarter where Strongsville's Xavier Belvin would get a 4-yard touchdown run to make it 18-6. It seems like Strongsville is taking over this game, but that's not true. Solon quarterback Luke Cormuth would throw a 20-yard touchdown pass to Brian McQuaid, and that would make it 18-13. So Solon trying to hang in there. Fourth quarter, they're trying to make that comeback, but all in all, Strongsville would hold on and win the game 18-13. The players of the game were basically the Strongsville D-line. They put up 9 sacks in the whole game. And if you would like to learn more about this game, go to KeonSports.com and look for the author Ben Hughes. He wrote a great article on this game.
Not just one great, multiple greats.
3 greats.
Hey, it don't get no much better than that. I'll tell you that right now. Coming in at game number 2, we do have St. Ignatius versus Menor. Now, if you guys know about St. Ignatius, St. Ignatius is tough. As a football team.
One of the best teams in Ohio.
Right. It don't matter what sport. This team is in the school, in the program, is extremely tough. I don't know how many fire emojis you want to put at the end of that, but hey. We're going to get into their game as, like I said, they are number 2 on the list. In the first quarter, nobody was able to score any touchdowns or anything due to the great defense from both sides. But, however, Ignatius was able to get on the board first as Tommy Kilbane putting up a field goal in the first quarter. And then shortly after that, Papish was able to throw a 1-yard touchdown to Maramie. Now, Ignatius is up 10-0 now. We both know going down to Ignatius is very hard to come back from.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the hardest things to do, actually.
But for Menor, look no further.
I mean, Menor's always had a good football. They've been a good football school, just a good sports school overall. So if anybody can do it, they got a good chance.
Well, let me tell you something. In a matter of 3 minutes, this is all in the first half still. In a matter of 3 minutes, they got 2 touchdowns back to back, just like that. They were able to go up 14-10 on Ignatius.
14 unanswered. That's what you want if you're playing against Ignatius.
Oh, no. I mean, these are really 2 big schools in their area, in their conference, everything. Like, these guys go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the first half, the score would be 14-10 as Menor would be up. But coming out of the second half, I'm going to be honest, there was nothing. There was nothing to start. The third, nobody scored. But in the fourth, listen, this is all you needed. This is all you needed. Papish was able to throw a 12-yard touchdown to Maramie as they give Ignatius the lead 16-14. Now, after that, nobody scored. Great defense was played by Ignatius. They were not able to let Menor score any more points for the remainder of the game. So, which means they were able to take the win 16-14. And I'm going to be honest. That's how you win a game. You score, and you after that,
play lights out defense.
Yeah, you could call it. It's basically like the keep away method. Like, we just can't let them get no further, no closer. And Ignatius and Menor, like I said, are 2 tough teams. They've always been nice. Like the
Mhm.
programs and have always been nice. The player of the game was Joshua Papish. And if you guys would like to read up on this, make sure you guys look up the author, Trevor Tucker, on KeonSports.com.
And with that, let's head into game number 1. Warren Harding versus Buchtel. Warren Harding would start off this game with a touchdown run from Ryan Powell to go up 7-0. Warren Harding would then respond another after getting a stop with a 2-yard touchdown run from Drew McGowan to go up 14-0. So it looks like we got a blowout on our hands early.
Oh, early.
But saying that, Buchtel would respond with a Stevie Diamond 26-yard touchdown pass to Artrell Wallace to make it 14-6 after a blocked point after. Hey, Stevie Diamond, that's a heck of a name. I love that name.
There's certain people's names you can just tell. You're going to be a star. Like, that is a nice name.
But after that, we would go back-to-back interceptions with Buchtel getting an interception and then Warren Harding getting an interception right after that. So we got turnovers everywhere. Buchtel would fumble right before the half after they had a nice drive going. That would make it the score going into half 14-6. In the third quarter, Justin Hill would score a 3-yard touchdown run to make the game a little closer for Buchtel. It would be 14-13 with Warren Harding on top. The ensuing kickoff saw a fumble and Buchtel recovered, so it looks like the momentum is going their way, but they were stopped on the goal line, forced to a field goal, make it 16-14. Buchtel's on top. So they turned it around from a blowout, 14-0. Now they're on top.
Talk about heart.
Yeah.
Literally.
So heading into the fourth quarter, after multiple turnovers, we got fumbles, we got interceptions going back and forth. Powell would score a 2-yard touchdown run for Warren Harding and go up 20-16. Kamari Adams on the final drive of the game would get a game-winning interception for Warren Harding to win the game 20-16. Player of the game was Warren Harding, Ryan Howell, who had 2 touchdowns.
I told you guys not to forget him because Tony Bogan, again, was the author of this article. He had 2 articles in the top 5 games of this week. He had number 5 and he had number 1. So, hey, don't get no better than that. Make sure you guys go to KeonSports.com, go look up Tony Bogan, and go ahead and read his article. Because this, if you said number 2 was a great, great, great article, this one was even better.
Yeah, with that, we'll head into the final segment, the player of the week. Now, we didn't have this game, but the Rocky River running back, Nick DeSalvo, had a heck of a game. He had 4 total touchdowns, 2 of them were receiving, and 2 of them were rushing. So great job out of Nick DeSalvo getting that player of the week.
Hey, congratulations to our player of the week. Thank you guys for tuning in to Inside the Huddle. Hey, bro, season 2 is kicked off now, and we are back, and we'll be better. Make sure you guys tune in next week. We'll catch you guys next time.